Hello and welcome to GT Sports Mates. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if it's not your first time here, then welcome back. So, what are we going to be doing? That's right, we're going to be doing the daily races. Now, again, there's 3 to choose from, and this week we've got an M300, a GR3 and a GR2, which is very tempting. The Dragon Trail Seaside is a very, very tempting choice, but I think I've done that maybe too many times, so let's go race A, Blue Moon Bay Speedway. So we're just going to have a quick look at the top times, and it seems that everybody is using the same car. So the cars you can choose, you've got the Greddy, you've got the Fairlady 300ZX, and then the Fairlady Z. So we're going to go with the Greddy Fugu Z there, as you can see. Basically an S30 Datsun Z. Why are we going for it? Well, if you watch one of my previous videos, I tried to go against the grain, use a different car to what the top speeds were, well, top times were setting, and it didn't go all to plan. So I'm going to see if we can learn from a mistake and jump in the car that seems to be the one to go in. And as you can see, no qualifying time was done. I didn't get time to do a qualifying time. So I am now going to be learning this track and learning this car as we go. Probably will not end well whatsoever. But anyway, let's find out what we can do. Setting off now from 10th position, very back of the pack, and already up to 8th. Not bad. Let's see if we can do any better than 8th though, shall we? We've got 5 laps to learn, like I said, about the track and about the car. Here we go into turn 1. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Absolutely no idea. And the car just, I can't even describe it, just no grip whatsoever. Man, I really wish I'd done some qualifying, that's for sure. But anyway, it's all fun, so let's see what we can do as we go too fast through that bend and go straight off track. Luckily, the guy ghosted in front of us and go straight through him, otherwise that would have been devastating, to be honest. And again, completely too fast around the second corner, missing the apex by roughly a mile. Right, so not the best start, but somehow finding ourselves straight away up into 6th place as we come round a hairpin, which I looked at. You can see the map there. It doesn't look like it's too tight, but actually in these cars, the N300s, they don't grip whatsoever. They don't grip at all. As we just get a little bit of a shunt there from behind, not too much though. But yeah, they don't grip at all. So going through that hairpin, even though it doesn't look very tight, it is actually quite a tight hairpin. Is what I'm trying to say, but not very well clear. Anyway, back round now onto what is the home straight, as we're just getting bullied there, really pushed completely wide, but no penalty given. So maybe that was okay. I don't know. I don't do the penalty systems, but then again, judging by what we've seen about the penalty systems, I don't think anybody actually has any control over them. But as we're going to come down now into turn 1 once more, we're going to learn, if we can, from our mistakes. We're going to try and keep it nice and tidy and go through the apex just like so, and come out the other side in hopefully a decent enough speed to be able to go into the next corner, which again I've done too fast, but this time I kept on track. So there's a plus. We have learned straight away, but we need to learn quicker than what we are doing. We're not doing too bad. We're in 7th, not too bad. We did start in 10th, so yeah, not too bad so far on the second lap. Now coming down again into the hairpin. Now I've learned it's not as fast as it looks. I'm going to go a lot slower, but clearly not slow enough, almost running completely out of track, which is quite hard actually. It's quite a wide track. You can probably see it's quite a wide track, so it's hard to run out of track. But these cars, like I said, they don't grip whatsoever, so these cars will use all the track through these corners. Anyway, back around the last bend onto what is basically the home straight. Getting a decent exit there actually, and I'm going to try and go around the outside of the guys, and he just goes straight into the side of me. I mean, there's defending a position, and then there's just outright trying to run somebody wide and potentially into a wall. But look, I get the penalty. I get the penalty for the guy who's now in 6th pushing me. I don't get it. I don't understand the penalty system on this game. I don't think anybody understands the penalty system on this game. If you do, please let me know, because I'd love to know what I have to do to not get a penalty, especially when it's somebody who's running into me. Like, he's just done, again, not too much there, to be honest. That was fine. But he did give it a good go on the home straight, and I ended up with the penalty flat. And this track as well, as you can see, the penalty's not wearing down. which would be ideal in this track because there are a lot of slow corners, especially in these cars. I'm going to keep saying that. But basically, there's no slow down as you drive. You have to take the penalty as we do here. 2-second penalty. That's massive in these cars. You'll lose a lot more than 2 seconds in these cars on this track via a penalty, especially when it's a penalty that, I mean, let me know what you think. But I don't think that penalty was just. He rammed into me. I was clearly going around the side of him. It wasn't like I was cutting him off or anything, and I ended up with a penalty. Anyway, what can I say? Penalty system on this game, not the best. Anyway, back to the racing now, as again we find ourselves coming around the last corner onto the home stretch. Maybe overcooking it a bit there because I do go and hit the wall. Not good. And if you hit the wall on that exit, you'll lose so much speed down this straight. I mean, look at this straight, it's massive. So if you don't get a good exit onto basically the outside track here, you'll lose so much speed. You can either go too slow through the corner, in which case you'll lose speed down the straight, or you'll take too much speed through the corner, hit the wall, and again lose time and speed down the straight. It's so difficult to get right, and not, like I said, not doing a qualifying. This is literally my 4th lap on this track in this car. I've not done this before, so learning as we're going, I'm learning very quickly. This track does not forgive. So coming around now into the penalty system makes you take the penalty if you've got one. Luckily, we don't have another one, even though I don't think we deserve the first one. But again, let me know what you think in the comments if we deserved it or not. I'd like to get anybody's viewpoint on that. And again, like I said, if you know how the penalty system works, please explain it. So around the hairpin, getting it a lot better on the 4th lap. So much nicer going around this. And this corner here, the double left-hander, I don't particularly do well in it here, but do you know what? I think that's probably the best corner on this track. It's so nice if you can hook them 2 corners together. I think that's going to be a fantastic piece of the track if you can just get them 2 corners perfect. But like I said, we're learning as we're going. Will we be able to do that? I don't know. Let's find out. So now coming down the home straight to start our 5th and final lap. We're finding ourselves in 5th. Not bad, not bad. We did start in 10th. So yeah, starting in 10th, we're up into 5th on the final lap, and looking at the map, you can see there's a big gap between 5th and 6th place. So it's really going to take something horrible for me to lose this position. Or them, the guys in 6th, 7th, 8th are just going to absolutely blow it around the rest of this track and catch up, which I don't really see happening, not with that much of a gap, simply because, like I said, these cars do not grip, especially with the tyres that you're allowed. Not the best tyres, not the best cars, N300 cars. To be honest with you, I don't particularly like driving them. Here we go, left and left. Getting it, not bad actually, not bad that one. I do like that corner. Probably my favourite part of the entire track. I know I've said that, but anyway, going back to what I was saying about cars. The N300s, I don't particularly like racing in them. They don't feel very fun, I suppose you could say, to race. But I will say this about this car, it's not slow. It isn't slow. It just is rubbish in the corners, and that's not what you need when you've got a decent car at top end speed anyway. So anyway, there we go. Crossing the line in 5th place using the Gredi Fugu Z. Don't know if I've pronounced that right whatsoever, but I'm going with it. First race, started in 10th, raised 5 positions, finishing in 5th. Not bad at all, I don't think. But we're going to do it again. Yes, we are. This time, you can see we're actually starting in 8th place. We did get a qualifying lap in. Only just, may I add. I think I got 1 lap in just before the time ran out. But we did improve. And it's not like we couldn't improve, because the first race, we didn't get a qualifying. So obviously I was going to improve if I got any kind of qualifying timing. But getting a 126.3 on the qualifying, 4 seconds off the pace of the guy in first place. So that's potential in this car. 4 seconds faster. Now, I did the first race, that was 5 laps, learned a little bit about the car, learned a little bit about the track, did 1 qualifying lap, and we're finding ourselves in 8th, actually now 9th, because I did not get a good start there actually. But let's see what I can do in the second race. I'm using the same car because use the same car as much as you can on one track and you'll just start shaving time. You really will see how fast you can get that car. As I just get pushed clean into a wall, a bit of a ping pong action. Whoa, the guy in 10th luckily went straight through. That would have been devastating. Don't know what was going on there. He clearly didn't know where the braking zone was. Anyway, we're going to jump ahead to lap 2 now, as I'm just going to get pushed off it. You can see that. Pushed twice by the guy in the yellow car. No penalty given. No penalty given to the guy in yellow for pushing me wide. He's pushed me again there. Now he's going to come across my front here. And look at it, he's come across my front. And fair enough, because he's done that, he's gone off. But I get the penalty again. I get the penalty for him pushing me, what was it, 3 times? And then he'd come across the front of my car. I couldn't get out of the way, not in these cars. They just don't react quick enough. He goes off, hits the wall, and I get the penalty for it. And I'm going to go off again here, look at that. Round what I do think is the best part of the track, getting shunted, and the guy this time does get a penalty. Luckily, because I was getting a little bit annoyed, to be honest. I was getting penalties for people hitting me, but they didn't seem to get one. But that guy got one, as I've got dirty tyres now, going into the wall, as you just saw. Not good, especially coming onto this straight. Anyway, jump into the 5th lap now, coming home in 8th place. So, was it good? I don't know. We started in 8th, we finished in 8th. We did get a penalty. Again, let me know if you think that was my fault or not. I couldn't really get out of the way. But we didn't improve. And I think most importantly, actually, we didn't get worse. We didn't go down. We didn't go up, but we didn't go down either. So, it kind of evens itself out. So we're going to go again. Yes, we are. We're going to go again. And as you can see, I've changed cars. We are now in the 300ZX. Basically, it's the Fur Lady Z version S. It's the 300ZX, basically, if you wanted to know. But we did get a qualifying time in, and we did a 1:24. It took 2 seconds off my previous qualifying. Still not as quick as the guy from the last race in first. He did a 1:22, I think it was. But I did a 1:24 in this car. So we're going to find ourselves on pole. Did not expect it. Did not expect that whatsoever. Let's see if I can at least keep first place. I don't want to be getting demolished. I said the penalty system not good. People hitting me out. I'm getting penalties left, right and centre. I don't want that to happen. I've actually got a good start, and we're going to see just how good this car is compared to the Gredi Fugo, the S30 Datsun Z. I can already tell you straight away, actually, as I'm just going a little bit wide there, not good, and I'm going to lose P1. So not good at all, actually, not a good start. But I will tell you this car feels a lot more stable than the Gredi Fugo. But strangely, even though it feels more stable, it doesn't feel as quick in the corners. I can't work that out. It's a bit of a strange, I'm physically driving the car and I cannot work that out. It feels more stable to drive, it just doesn't feel as quick in the corners. Bizarre, I know, but maybe that is why all the top 10 times were set in the S30 Datsun. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, coming on to the, basically it's the home straight now on the end of lap 1, and there's a bit of a gap between myself and third, and you can see the penalties back there. I don't know what's going on, but that's good for me anyway, because that means they all have to slow down. But I'm just going to try my hardest to stick with the guy in first, DRF 1330. We're going to stick by him as much as we possibly can. He is quick. This guy is a quick driver, and I'm a bit concerned because I've done 2 races on this track, so I'm learning the track. But like an idiot that I am, I decided to change cars just to test what this car was like. And because I've done that, I now need to learn this car on this track. It sounds strange, but it's completely true. All cars behave differently, and I've got to now very quickly learn how to drive this track in this car. And I'm not doing a particularly good job, missing a few apexes, going a little bit wide. But I'm not exactly doing a terrible job either. I'm still in second. I'm still within shot of catching up to first. He's literally right there. So I'm not doing too bad, I don't think. I've just really got to break away from the guys behind. Now here we go, through the double left-hand, and you can just see, I'm just feeling this corner. I love it, it's just fantastic. The guy in front just getting a half-second penalty. I think he just went over the apex, is the word I'm looking for. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I think he just went over the apex a little bit too much. Picked up a half-second penalty, but I did not get a good exit there, as you can see. And you can see how much time I've just lost. He was right ahead of me. I didn't get a good exit on the corner, and look at the gap between me and the guy in first. It just opens up so much. It's scary how much that corner can really change a race. Anyway, we're going to jump ahead now to the last lap. We crossed the line there, starting the 5th lap. The guy ahead, I'm not particularly catching him. Like I said, he's a very quick race. I'm not particularly catching him, but he's not getting away either. So I think we've kind of stalemated out a little bit. The guy in third, definitely now in my rear view mirror. I'm a little bit concerned. He's getting closer. I need to get this lap nailed. And so far, going purple on the 5th lap. That is a good sign. I'm doing something right. Maybe not in that corner, just running a little bit wide, but doing something right because I am going purple on the last lap. That's good. That means I'm improving. And that's definitely what I need to do. So the guy behind can't reach us now. He's a bit too far back for a dive bomb into this corner. But I just need to make sure I nail the next 2 corners and then the last one onto the home straight. I do not want to lose any time here. So let's see if we can get these 2 absolutely perfect. We've got the late apex on the second corner. We're going to go sliding a little bit. Not perfect, but pretty good. He's right there. He's right behind us. I need to get this one absolutely perfect. So here we go. We're going to go. We're not going to hit the wall. Not going to hit the wall. No, we didn't. We didn't hit the wall. We got a good exit. Probably the best exit I've had in that corner over the 3 races. And it needed to be. If I'd have hit that wall, I guarantee the guy behind would have caught it. I guarantee he would have caught it that wall. So there we go. We're going to come across the line in 2nd place. I'm happy. You know, 3 races. 3 different results, 2 different cars. I like this one. Let me know in the comments which one you like best of the 3 options. This one, or the Fugus that I drove in the first 2 races, or whatever the other car was. I can't remember. Anyway, thanks for joining us this week, and we will see you all next time with some more races. That's all from us at GT Sports Mates, and we'll see you then.